This pink panther is incredibly unlucky. It was spied on by a pair of big eyes while taking a bath. It wanted to take a nap, but was suddenly woken up by a bright light. Finally, it was pushed off a cliff. Turns out, all the trouble comes from this newly built house. Little White is an astronomy enthusiast. He spent all his savings building a telescope to observe the moon. But what he sees is the pink panther taking a bath. The pink panther is scared out of his mind and immediately closes the window. Little White thinks the moon has changed color. He wants to observe the moon up close, so he sticks his telescope into the pink panther's room. When he sees a photo of a girl in a newspaper, he mistakes it for an alien girl on the moon and excitedly reports this discovery. To stop being spied on, the pink panther builds a brick wall. When Little White sticks his telescope through again, the lens gets smashed to pieces. Looking at the broken lens, Little White goes crazy with rage. He brings over a bomb and sticks it on the brick wall. The next moment, Little White detonates the bomb, but ends up getting flattened by the brick wall himself. Left with no choice, Little White can only reluctantly continue observing. But the pink panther fights back with a small telescope of his own. Unsurprisingly, the pink panther falls off a cliff. In his fury, he runs to the observatory and destroys Little White's telescope. To get revenge, Little White turns on the telescope's light while the pink panther is sleeping. The pink panther thinks he forgot to turn off his own light bulb. After smashing the bulb with his fist, he realizes the light is coming from the telescope, so he paints the telescope black. When Little White tries to look at the moon again, his eyes get covered in ink. Little White is completely driven crazy. He converts his telescope into a cannon and aims it at the pink panther who's painting. The pink panther turns around and paints the cannon barrel too. Little White lights the fuse and once again blows himself up.